There's just nothing quite waking up to chaos every morning. I wish I had some pictures of when I actually had a nice bedroom, when I had a side table that wasn't a raggedy old folding table that I've had to improvise because I've sold so many things. And yeah, this is what I'm waking up to lately. That's going to be sold soon. Well, it all is. But it's a little, and I used to have nice big shelves in the corners and artwork up on the walls and plants growing in here. So at one point, I did have a nice little space, but this is the transition. Okay, this is Pillow Talk with Jimmy T. Honestly, I just thought I would shoot really from my more natural habitat this morning because, truth be told, I don't set myself up at my kitchen counter every morning and make my coffee and sit there. I make my coffee and I get my butt right back in bed, prop myself up like I am right now, and work on it a little bit. So I thought I'd do a short video about, when I wake up, my space is, it's chaotic and it's becoming, increasingly chaotic. And you just have to go with that for a while. There's no way around it when you're downsizing everything. And the thing is, what drives me nuts, because I kind of like organization. I kind of have to be organized and keep my space, tidy and with a nice, simple, clean aesthetic for work. And usually my personal space is pretty solid as well, as far as organized and everything. I mean, I live by myself, so sometimes you don't stay on top of things like you might if there were two of you running a household and all that good stuff. But for now, that's where I'm at, and so you could see I panned around for a second at the opening of this, and things are chaotic because I've sold so many things, and you just have to keep going through the process. I sell something, I sell my shelves. Well, now there's no place for my stuff, so it all ends up on the floor. I sold. I didn't realize I would sell it so quickly, and the timing of these things, once again, a little bit tricky. It would be nice to say I'm going to sell everything in this perfect order of priority and need of use in a perfect timeline, but I just had to lower my head and start getting stuff sold because some of my items, I don't know how long they're going to sell. I'm still on a pretty good roll, I must admit. But things have slowed down. A lot of times you list a bunch of stuff that you're going to sell, and maybe a lot of those things initially are some of the more interesting things, little antique knickknacks, whatever it is. I sold a lot early, so things have slowed down because I have fewer things listed. But the thing is, you have to work through this chaos, and it's tedious of constantly going through, removing stuff, making another pile, then that pile has to get sorted through again, and then you have to make space for something else. I think you get the picture. It's tedious, and you don't really have your nice, clean, organized space. As you saw at the opening, I just have piles of stuff. Now, this weekend, I am gonna work on my space a little bit just to get some of these odds and ends. But a lot of this stuff is it's just stuff I'm sorting. And it's one thing, you sort a space when you get ready to move. And I'm gonna add it up later and confirm, but I do believe that this is my 14th 14th apartment in Chicago since 1987. So, I've bounced around a lot. And it's one thing when you're going through your stuff and and I can't really make a decision on this. And you always have a couple of boxes of just they're whatever things. It's hard to even come up with, an old deck of cards, some kind of key ring, a souvenir. I don't know. We all have it. We all have junk drawers. We have junk boxes. We have whole bedrooms dedicated to stuff that we don't really want to think about or deal with. So it goes there. It goes into a basement instead of having to make a decision about it. And most people watching, that's our life. Most of us have an accumulation of all kinds of stuff, some more than others. And the difference with this now is those little things I can't make decisions about, and maybe that's going to be useful. Maybe that would be something that I want to check out, or an old book. I'm finally going to read it. I can't do that anymore. That's not where I'm at. All those little things, every single little gadget. I have to make the decision on that now, because I am not dragging boxes of, maybe I'll use this someday, maybe I'll look at this someday. This is the day. The day has come for me to pour over every single damn thing that is in my life, every single physical object. And it's work. But, I mentioned early on, I think in some detail in one of my first 2 videos, about going through all that stuff and, some of the fun stuff, the pictures. Oh my God. Going through pictures and old pictures and stuff that, because I had boxes, like a lot of people, I had boxes of stuff I hadn't looked at for a long time, decades. So it's, man, you go through your whole life. And, I did that I went over that for probably 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 hours a night, because I did have a lot, and I did want to be thoughtful about what I was doing with all these things. And again, the time is past for saying I'm going to stick that in a box and look at it later. There is no later. So it's. Man, it's something else. I highly recommend it if you can. I think most people accumulate a lot more stuff than they have to. We put off decisions. Maybe I'll look at that again someday. I think it's good to just in general in life not have tons of that kind of stuff. Find things that are important to you. Keep them. Showcase them, make copies of them, put them in some albums, whatever, but just stacks and stacks of boxes. At some point, somebody's going to go through it for you when you no longer are around to do it. And, it might just be the case that those boxes get tossed. It's a weird process, but it is, and I continue to use the word liberating. It really is, it is liberating. Because you're looking and evaluating your life and distilling it down to what's most important. And in this situation, there is no, I'll deal with this later. Well, there is in my current timeline. There are a number of things that I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to do with that. Should I give it away? Can I sell it? And I'm laser focused on selling everything I can. And I continue to be astonished at the things that I sell. 22-year-old Ionic Breeze Sharper Image Air Purifier. I've had it for 22 years. I sold it 2 days ago for $40. Is that going to put me into early retirement? No. But there's so many things like that item that I'm able to sell, and I just keep doing it. But there are little things around. I did grab a big collection of photographs over the years, college days, a close group of my friends, and I mailed a lot of those pictures, and I'm going to be mailing out a few different things to some people. And it's not like I won't be in touch with anybody, but these items, they have to go somewhere, and I'm not dragging them to the Philippines. I am traveling light. I'm going to be nimble. I'm not going to be trapped or weighed down by having to keep track of things. It's not going to be much more than important documents, some personal items, a little bit of clothing, and that's about it. So, and I'm once again hopeful, and well, I'm not hopeful. I know now my new microphone is operational, so hopefully you can hear all these earth-moving tidbits and things that I want to share. But I thought you should see me in my natural element, which is right here in bed, enjoying my coffee. Okay, everybody, until next time, hang loose. I did want to add one more thing into this video for some of my old high school friends that may just be tuning in. New Haven High School, New Haven, Indiana, class of 1981. Another tough decision that I've had to make is just sentimental things. And I do have all my yearbooks, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So the little thin junior high yearbooks, and then the hard copy or hardback, proper big industrial yearbooks from all those years. So it's 6 years, and they're fun, and they're filled with all kinds of cute notes and all that stuff. If you still have yours, take a look at it. I mean, it was the 70s. Stay the way you are and you'll go far. I mean, who doesn't love to read that stuff? But so I've gone through that, and I'm actually taking some pictures. I don't know how successful I'll be at scanning, but some of those notes and just little drawings, 'cause people are funny. You look back and we're just all kids. But once again, I go through this stuff, and I realize just how many cool, sweet, friendly people have been in my life. I read some of these things, and we all lose touch. You might have been close to a friend in one class for one semester in high school, and then you never really talked much. But they write something in your yearbook, and it's just it's hilarious, and it's sweet, and there's nice messages, there's funny messages. But the reason I'm adding this last little part is, if any of you are out there and would appreciate having these yearbooks, I am trying to gift them. They're bigger, they're heavy, they do mean a lot to me, but another decision that I have to make is working through sentimental things. They're heavy, and I'm not going to bring them with. And I've had a number of friends very kindly offer to just, would you like to leave a storage box, at my house, in my basement or whatever. And I've had a number of friends, offer that to me. And at first I thought, yeah, that would be good. I get this big giant box, and then I don't have to, once again, I don't have to think about it. And I've opted not to do that. If it's something I can't take in some way, I'm going to go ahead and part with it. And I don't think that, even if it's one box, I just don't want to take the trappings of my life and then put it into someone else's home when I'm encouraging people not even to do a lot of that. So if you're watching and you'd be interested in those yearbooks, maybe you didn't get them, maybe you've lost them over the years, hit me up, find me on Facebook, or just leave a comment right here on my channel. And if I could, I would like to figure out a way to get these yearbooks into the hands of someone that would appreciate it. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Alrighty.